You know those days you hear a knock at the door and instantly something feels off? That day, that knock was sharp, too confident, like whoever it was thought they owned the place. I opened the door and there they were, two guys in cheap navy jackets with HOA security stitched across the back. Honestly, it looked like a bad Halloween costume. Their hats were crooked, badges looked plastic, and their attitude? Full-on, I'm in charge here mode. Sir, the taller one barked, we've received reports that you're storing illegal firearms. We're here to seize them. I almost laughed. Almost. But then my heart skipped a beat. I've heard stories, scams targeting veterans, retirees, anyone too polite to argue back. I crossed my arms, leaned on the doorframe, and said slowly, Really? And what's your probable cause? The shorter guy smirked and pulled out a flimsy clipboard. Probable cause? You're in violation of Section 8B of the HOA Covenant. Hand over all firearms immediately or face legal penalties. I stood silent for a long beat. Door slam? Very tempting. But then I noticed it. A white, unmarked van idling across the street. My gut twisted. I took a deep breath. All right, come on in. Let's clear this up. The tall guy strutted past me like he'd won the lottery. The short one muttered into a walkie-talkie. I quietly locked the door behind them. That click made both of them freeze. Then I changed my tone. Do you boys know what a trident means? I asked casually, pulling the Navy SEAL shadow box off the mantel. Sunlight hit the gold pin, sharp and cold. The tall one blinked. The short one froze mid-step, hand tightening on the fake radio. I smiled, but it wasn't warm. It means you picked the wrong house. For a beat, silence. Then the distant hum of another engine. Reinforcements or someone realizing their plan was about to blow up in their face. I stayed calm, voice low, like I was briefing a mission. Now, you're going to tell me exactly who sent you, and fast. Because if you think this is a simple HOA thing, let me educate you. Breaking and entering with intent to steal federally licensed firearms, that's a felony. And I've got cameras everywhere. The tall one puffed out his chest. We're acting on behalf of the HOA board. They have jurisdiction. I laughed. Jurisdiction? Over your lawn and mailbox, maybe. Not my constitutional rights. I said, sit. They sat, instantly. My heart was hammering, like it always did before things went sideways on deployment. Every sense sharp, every second loud. And then, the twist. Through my security feed, I saw her. Karen. HOA Karen. Visor, rhinestone tracksuit, phone glued to her ear, acting like she was running an FBI sting. Oh, you've got to be kidding me, I muttered, tilting the monitors so the imposters could see. Your ringleader just arrived. The shorter guy paled. She said it's just civil enforcement. No, I snapped. This is criminal. You just turned a petty HOA spat into a federal offense. 5 minutes later, sheriff cruisers rolled up, sirens blaring, lights flashing. Two fake officers were sweating bullets on my couch, hands shaking, explaining how Karen promised them a payout if they took my guns. Karen, of course, tried to play innocent, flailing and screaming about community safety. But when the deputies pulled the footage from my cameras, clear audio, full visuals, time-stamped, her face went pale. You can't arrest me! I'm the HOA president! She screamed, voice cracking. My buddy from the range, now deputy, just shook his head. Ma'am, you're under arrest for conspiracy, attempted burglary, and impersonating law enforcement. You might want a lawyer. Click of those handcuffs. Sweeter than any medal ceremony. She was hauled to the cruiser, glaring at me. This isn't over. I stepped onto the porch, arms crossed. Oh, Karen, It's over. The neighborhood? Electric that night. People whispering, texting, peeking through their blinds. HOA Karen, the queen of petty fines and power trips, taken down by her own greed. Turns out those fake security officers had been scamming half the county, targeting homes with veteran plaques and Second Amendment signs. Now, serious prison time. The HOA board, terrified of liability, scrambled. Statements, emergency meetings, begging the community for patience. Too late. I filed a lawsuit naming every board member complicit in Karen's scheme. Their insurance didn't cover criminal acts. By the end of the month, they were bleeding money, scrambling to sell assets, even talking about dissolving the HOA. Me? Back to my life. Quiet mornings on the porch, coffee in hand, range days with friends, and a new fence sign. Private property. Trespassers will be recorded, reported, and removed. Neighbors occasionally ask, "So how did it all go down?" I just smile. Never pick a fight you can't win, especially with a seal on the other side. Karen? Sitting in jail, realizing too late her power trip cost her everything. Me? Peace, coffee, the range, and a very fat settlement check that paid off my mortgage. Moral of the story? Justice doesn't just knock. It sometimes kicks the door wide open.